Hello everyone, and welcome to the 108th episode of the Poorly Planned Podcast. My name is Benedict. You may know me better as BHL Hudson. Here we talk about movies, TV shows, a bunch of nonsense. With me as always is my friend, co-host, and coughing buddy, Frederick. Can we just appreciate the cleanest intro?
I believe that is the cleanest intro in a long, long time.
Wouldn't be hard to do.
Since before episode 1. That was back to the 2013 BHL roots.
Yeah, I really put my all into that. That's all I'm giving to this episode. I'm out of energy now.
I will just sit and breathe heavily. The occasional cough.
So we're back for more potting. Surprisingly enough, it's not like we have a weekly schedule that we followed for religiously for several months.
Not like we get shot if we didn't upload or anything.
So yeah, we're not a big intro this time, unless you have a crazy uni story to tell. But
I don't really.
It's all good.
No,
we can't force them.
I wish I had a nice and exciting life, but I just don't.
we can't go out there and make fun things that are interesting to talk about happen. That'd be too hard.
Oh, I've got one thing.
Well, now I feel bad, given we just went on the whole...
I mean, it's not exactly a fun story.
Okay.
It might paint me as a bit of a criminal, in fact.
Oh. You beat up a grandma. Oh. Okay.
No, so, I've gotten very used to, in Denmark, biking around, no helmet. It's a very, like, everyone bikes in Denmark. Like, everyone knows it's a very, very normal thing, right? So it's very difficult for me to get accustomed over here to the fact that barely anyone bikes. Right. And so I go out being a bit naive in my biking methods. And so 2 incidents have happened in which I've lost both my limbs. One, I was almost driven over by a car.
Nice. Good.
Nice. Damn. My father missed. What?
Just slowly texting my dad, go back for a second hit.
This is supposed to be a clean job. And the other one is that I haven't gotten around to getting bike lights yet, right? Which, like, is something you should
make
do.
You a criminal. Shame on you.
It does. I was like, but it's a little like Hamlet Road. I was like, I'll just do my thing, quickly bike back after training at dark. And then, like, at 50 meters before I get to my place, lo and behold, I get stopped by the police.
Oh my god!
And they put me in jail for 6 weeks.
These pods have all been pre-recorded since July.
God, it's so good to be out. God damn.
Wow.
No, so, like, it was the most terrifying thing. And the reason I'm telling it here is also just to look like a rebel badass.
I thought you were saying because they were listening to the pod as they pulled you over.
I literally was. I was listening to the Poorly Planned Podcast as I was biking.
Ah. Are you sure they pulled you over for the bike lights?
I believe I was listening to some Terry Jeffords hatred. Just biking along nicely. And then, genuinely, like, one of the scariest moments of my life is when I look to my right and I just see a police car roll down the window and the police guy going, "Pause there, mate." Genuinely, God. I was like, oh God. So yeah, listened to the pod and was nearly driven over and stopped by the police. So kind of living that criminal life, I'd say.
Kind of enforcing a pod curse, one could argue.
One could definitely say that.
God. Well, that is, I mean, I'm glad they were nice about it, and I'm also glad that you had the comforts of the Poorly Planned to get you through it. I'm assuming you kept listening the whole time and just kind of, like, nodded along as I was talking.
I just laughed and nodded. He was probably like, "Oh yeah, my mother died yesterday." It's like,
yeah, George would beat Brenton Thwaites in a fight, you're right.
Oh, I should totally have asked him that. Officer, I know I'm driving illegally, but...
But if you had to break me out of prison with only George, Dwayne, or Jeremy Renner, which team are you picking?
Which team is it?
God, well, Criminal Freddy. That's a thing now. We don't want to influence anyone badly. So have your lights on, everyone, and and cooperate with the police.
And don't do what this young man did. Do not try this at home.
Don't listen to the pod out in dirt roads. It could end badly. But damn, that is a crazy story. I like how also this does show a little bit our, like, our sheltered lives of the scariest moment of my life when a policeman nicely asked me if I could get some lights.
If I could get some lights. Yeah, it does really put things into perspective, doesn't it?
But Damn. Well, there you go. That is a story. That's a story and a half, So there we
You
go.
should not have said all of that. Save that for next week, bro. Don't want to overload the pod.
Well, on such a terrifying and criminal note, let's jump into some mini reviews, shall we?
Oh, you absolute dirty dog.
So we're going to do a little mini reviews episode here.
Lovely.
And I've picked out... So because I'm not doing that BHL movie hour thing, I don't know if you've heard of it. We won't be discussing every movie we've watched, also because we don't have the time. But over the past 3 months, I've collected various movies that I've seen that I think we would have something to talk about, and movies, a lot of them that you've seen that could be kind of interesting that we just haven't had a chance to talk about. I'm talking Shang-Chi. I'm talking Dune. I'm talking, a couple of other things. I don't know if you've seen them, but, a couple other things, and you can, of course, throw in yours as well. So maybe let's actually order this and go by... Let's save Dune and Shang-Chi for the end, because those are kind of the big dogs, as they are called. First of all, Jesus, it was a long time ago, but I don't think we actually talked about the finale for Brooklyn Nine-Nine, like the actual end. Did we? Maybe we did.
I don't think I've seen it.
What do you mean? What's wrong with you? No wonder you were pulled over by the police.
So I watched all the episodes that were out when I watched the season, but I don't know if that was the last episode.
So I think you'd be able to. It has a big end feel to it. Spoiler alert. Well, maybe I don't want to spoil it.
Let me tell you what I've seen.
A much better idea, actually, yeah.
All right, spoiler alert. Here's everything that happens.
All right, spoiler alert. When Jake Peralta gets shot in the face by Captain Holt, did you see that part?
So I believe the last thing I saw was when... it's been a while as well, but I believe it was when Jake and Amy were like, how are we going to figure this parent thing out and everything, and
Well, if it doesn't end with a resolution to that, then it probably wasn't the ending. If it ends with them being like, "Man, we might have to get divorced, and you take the kid, and I work as a cop," then
let me. How many episodes are there?
If it doesn't end with a beautiful, wholesome, everything works out in the end. Wait, you would have known it was the ending because there's genuinely. I say genuinely too much on this pod. I realize, by the way. Side note, but there is an emotional moment that I won't spoil that is extremely heartfelt, and I bet you would cry at, and you would remember it.
I don't think I've seen it.
How have you not seen it? It's so
because I watched up to Renewal. I think episode 8.
Yeah, there's 10 episodes. I think
I've only seen up to 8.
Oh, bruh.
Well, so sorry.
Okay, fine. We won't talk about it.
Because this mini review even minier, I guess.
But I'll just say, it's a very there's no spoiler. It's a very wholesome finale, kind of in the style of The Office and all those sitcom finales. And I will just say there is a conversation between two characters that it is a bit Michael and Jim-esque in the emotions it inspires.
It conveys.
And it did draw a BHL tear, I won't lie, because it was a very...
Was it them talking about the Patriots Day trailer? Be honest with me.
I'm not getting back into this. All right, never mind. Scratch that.
I do apologize.
Freddie sucks as a podcast co-host.
That's my bad.
Anyway, I have a double feature here that I like to call absolutely cheatling it.
No. What cheatlings have you seen?
It's the first 2 Shrek films. No, I'm kidding. I'm just trying to think of 2 random movies.
You went with the first 2 Shrek movies.
I was trying to think
Quick, think of 2 completely random movies. Shrek 1 and Shrek 2, completely random.
I genuinely don't know why that came to my head. No Sudden Move. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's from the
Sounds like something Cheeds can't do.
He only moves in sporadic movements. He just has to run at everyone. It's from the director of Ocean's 11 and Logan Lucky, and it's like a crime action thriller, kind of comedy, kind of drama, starring Cheeds and Benicio del Toro. And it's actually very good. I think you would like. It's all
right.
It's like Cheeds is a bit of a criminal with Del Toro, and then there's a bunch of double crosses and plans.
There's never been a truer sentence. Cheeds is a bit of a criminal
with Del Toro. I mean, you can relate. Similarly, you are a bit of a criminal. Cheeds is.
Also with Del Toro.
Cheeds is arguably much more of a criminal. He does, I believe, commit actual murder in that film, but.
Does he drive without bike lights?
Exactly. But it's a very good movie. I think you would enjoy it. On the opposite end of the spectrum, I don't. Oh, did we talk about this? I don't know if we did. But I watched Space Jam: A New Cheetos. Get the Cheetle up in you, you know.
I believe. This is not me not wanting to talk about Space Jam, but I think we have talked about the Cheetos.
Okay, so I did tell you that the Cheetle is very delightfully nutty. I did tell you that there's a Michael B. Jordan cameo, which is kind of epic. And I did tell you that there's a cameo from Rod, aka Buddy.
You did.
Okay. Oh, never mind. Okay.
AKA Buddy.
Literally, my notes say Michael Jordan, Rod cameo, Cheetle. But bad movie otherwise. Not very good.
God, if anyone finds your notes ever, you're gonna get like sent to a mental institution.
But if you have one you want to just chuck in here, ooh, absolutely.
I do actually have one. Somewhat topical.
Oh.
I guess, although I guess you can say we've cleared the air on this one, cleared the man's name. But I did in fact watch a stanky Gyllenhaal movie.
Did you watch The Guilty?
I, in fact, did.
I didn't, but fair enough.
Oh.
Yeah,
oh,
no,
okay.
sorry,
that's
yeah.
Wow, I thought we were gonna have
no,
like a brilliant moment.
No, I'm sorry.
Like,
yeah, no, I
did
was
you by any chance watch The Guilty? I did, bro. I didn't.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, I was asking unrelated. I just don't care. Yeah, I was going to, and then I got like kind of okay reviews, and I was like, I'll watch it some other time. So I still haven't gotten to it. Is it good? What do you think of it?
I won't lie. I think it was pretty good. I kind of sat there. I was like, jeez, a good Gyllenhaal movie. Those were rare.
I've heard it's carried by the Gyllen performance.
The Gyllen performance is very, very good, I'll say. Like, it's a very, like... And it's the kind of movie where if it wasn't a good performance, it would be a terrible movie. Because, like, it's basically... And luckily for this, it's like 95% Gyllenhaal. Just like Gyllenhaal sitting...
Every movie was.
95% Gyllenhaal. Just very stinky.
We've cleared the man's name.
We've cleared the man's name. Please.
He smells.
I'm sure he smells average.
He smells like a dryer.
Grass field.
I was trying to think of something that smells neutral.
A dryer.
Yeah, probably.
What? He smells like Shrek 1 and 2. No, it's actually quite good. It's got a bit of a twist at the end as well.
Bit of a twist, you know.
I don't want to spoil it for you because you're gonna watch it.
I think I will actually. Yeah, it's just,
yeah. All right, but there's some delight. Okay, it's not delightful. It's not delightful at all, actually.
Yeah. Okay. Hold up.
But
isn't that about like a kidnapping and a murdering or something?
Yeah. So
we use the word delightful too much. So it's like an instinct. So don't be saying like it's a delightful twist.
No, but yeah, a very, very strong Gyllenhaal performance, and also like a rare moment where you both like the man, but you're also like, damn, he's a bit of an asshole as well.
Yeah. I mean, low-key maybe Prisoners vibes. He's not really an asshole in that one, but there are moments where you're like a little harsh there, Gyllenhaal.
God damn it,
Jake. But then he's in his name, what's his name? Loki in that? Weird name as well. But then he's in the right, and he's anyway. just going on an internal Gyllenhaal monologue. But then actually he does make a good point on this part. But then
he's actually God, he's so complex.
But yeah, because from the trailer it looked kind of like and this could be completely off, but it looks kind of like it takes place mostly in one location in Gyllenhaal's.
It does.
Like,
that's what like
desk
it's
location.
It's all like at Gyllenhaal's desk mostly.
Okay. Well, yeah. Then you would assume it'd be. Then those reviews are pretty that were like it's carried by Gyllenhaal's performance. Like, well, no. It's like would it be carried by the desk? Anyway,
idiots. Take the review back.
No, delete your account.
It gives not that I haven't seen this movie, but it kind of reminds me of that. Tom Hardy movie where he's just driving a car. What's that called?
Loki.
Loki.
Gyllen?
Gyllen and Prisoners? He's so complex. Shrek 1 and 2.
Well, so
but yeah, so it was quite good.
You would recommend?
I recommend.
All right. I mean,
I give it 6 Gyllens out of 8.5 Halls.
There we go. Also, not really a uni story, but I did just remember something. I was just going to tell you unrelated, but since we're on this anyway, I might as well. I was with that person who had given us the pod criticisms.
Ah, yes, the fiend.
Yeah. The fool, I believe we refer to her as. I can't remember what context it came up in, but at some point she just said like, she was like, yeah, I'd give that. She was like, yeah, I'd give that 8 squids out of 10 venoms. I was like, oh. And she had listened to the newest episode as well. I was like, I
imagine you just sitting there, like you're out having like a nice lunch or something. And she says that, you just go, you stand up and leave.
Just leave her with the bill. So anyway, That was terrible.
She's got money, it seems.
Yeah. She's an intelligent lady. She probably has a bit of cash.
She can fend for herself.
But then, speaking of nutty humans, Gyllenhaal is a bit of a nutty human. But they're linked via their showering controversy, actually, because this man came out against him.
Against? Is this The Rock?
It is The Rock. It's the man who thinks that it's all about drive, it's all about power. We stay hungry, we devour.
He devours. Yeah.
Yeah. I watched Jungle Cruise a very long time ago. Several years ago, in fact.
This is possibly the worst introduction to anything. We devour. So I watched Jungle Cruise.
Spoilers for Jungle Cruise. And you know what? Kind of nuttily wonderful. I was actually a big fan.
Was it?
Not gonna lie.
I mean, I really want to watch it.
It was as a movie. Like if it didn't have Dwayne in it, like it's a pretty it would still be a pretty fun, but kind of it's a bit generic. Like it has that Indiana Jones Pirates of the Caribbean vibe, and it's sort of it's very predictable, and you know exactly what's gonna happen. Some weird editing in there as well, but I don't know. It still has like some good stuff. I like the villains. There's some kind of like it has that Pirates of the Caribbean vibe where the villains are a bit scary for a kids movie. You know, they're like these like nature monsters, whatever. I feel like a kid would be scared. I totally wasn't scared at all. But
no, you're a man. Like
because it has Dwayne, it's a very nutty Dwayne performance. Wait, did I write notes for this? That would actually be so sad if I did. I did. I wrote several. But
I did. I wrote 16 pages. Right.
Let's just see. Dwayne comes on and is just so nutty, telling the corniest jokes. I guess homage to Jungle Cruise Ride. Within 2 minutes of screen time, he threatens to feed a little girl to a snake. So just
nice.
Dwayne is like,
I feel like they just filmed Dwayne off.
He's like telling these absolutely like horrible jokes, and everyone's just like groaning and telling him to stop. And he just puts on the nuttiest Dwayne smile, and it's very wonderful. I don't know. It was fun. Dwayne and Emily Blunt have like pretty fun back and forth.
All right, nice.
It's a fun adventure. I feel like there was a lot more nutty stuff, but genuinely, and this is the saddest like problem to have. I wrote so many notes that I can't find the ones that are like about the nutty things in the movie. I legitimately have like a good. Were you gonna do like here?
Were you gonna do a review?
I think
like,
so
on your main channel.
So I can't even find
of a B tier Dwayne movie.
Oh, there's 1500s Dwayne in this. So it's like it's like Dwayne in like a crusader outfit and like a big old like wig. It's the most horrendous thing you'll ever see. You have to see this. Just look up like not right now, but sometime. Don't want to scare yourself. Sometime like
don't want to just start screaming on the pod.
Dwayne Johnson Jungle Cruise like flashback, and it's him in this like big ass like Spanish outfit with like the flowing hair and stuff, because he's okay, spoiler alert, I f***ed it. He's like an ancient being. I'm sorry, I feel bad. Sorry. No.
I like how you hadn't even spoiled it. And then because he's and then just goes, oh, I feel bad, and then spoils it.
It's like I told you, it was 1500s Dwayne, so there's no way that Dwayne wasn't.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Oh, I'm so sorry. God, this is the first time I think I've spoiled something on the pod for you. I actually feel really bad.
Honestly, I won't lie.
I don't care.
Don't worry about it. At 1500s Dwayne is not my biggest concern.
But if
it was a 1400s, that would be a different story.
It's very, I don't know, it has a lot of nutty Dwayne stuff, and the villain is the guy, Meth Damon from Breaking Bad and Game Night, and he's pretty nutty as well. He's like very over the top and ridiculous, and just a pretty fun movie, actually, I won't lie.
But he can't fight Dwayne because he's a historical deity.
Whoops, did I spoil something?
So Dwayne is like really old and historically a god. Oh, did you hear that? I'm so sorry. Spoiler.
Why do I actually feel bad? This is weird. Jungle Cruise has ruined this pod. But anyway, I think genuinely a pretty good Ben and Fred watch.
Does Jungle Cruise give you Jumanji vibes?
Kind of. I mean, like Dwayne is
because it's Dwayne on a boat in the jungle. It's kind of like
Dwayne is doing his usual Dwayne thing. I mean, he plays the same character and everything, and he's fun and actually, ironically, he was different in Jumanji, so that point doesn't even make any sense. But
God, you're off your game today. You're spoiling everything.
Yes,
you're making terrible comparisons.
Also, I'm gonna put in a spoiler alert before that, so it's gonna seem like I had already said spoiler alert. No,
don't you dare.
No, I mean, I will put it in for the audience, but just to be clear, that spoiler alert was for the audience, and I did not actually give it to Freddy, and I deserve to be punished for that. But that sounded a little weird.
We move.
Anyway.
We move. Yeah.
Let's
Please punish me for revealing Dwayne's age and conquistador outfit.
Anyway, I think it would make for a fun Ben and Fred watch. I think we should do that sometime. It's pretty good, and if you watch it, we should talk about it.
Okay.
Do you have something?
I do actually. Yesterday, I had a bit of a gaffe at my place.
If there's one thing I've learned, the house is the gaff, the party is the gaffer. Thank you very much.
Is it not the person who hosts the...
I mean, it might be different, but from what the place is the gaff, the party is the gaffer. I don't make the rules.
Oh, there's a guy called Benedict who we now call Eggs because I started calling him Eggs Benny.
Someone called me Eggs the other day. So, I didn't make the Eggs Benny connection, though. So
Did you just think he called you Eggs for no reason?
No, I mean, she called me Eggs, like, as in Eggs Benedict, but I didn't think of it as, like, Eggs
but you
Benny.
didn't think of the Eggs Benny.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
So now it's layered.
She had Hunnam in her mind when she said it.
Also, what a shame that you know two Benedicts now. Like, can we just acknowledge that that's not okay? And like,
nah, but he's called Eggs now. It's fine.
Yeah. Fair enough.
I had a gaffer, whatever, absolute nerd. I had an ancient Dwayne in a conquistador outfit at my place.
Now I have to put in a second spoiler alert.
What do you think people would like? They skip ahead and then go back. They're like, oh, what the where's the sixth spoiler warning for the conquistador Dwayne?
And they just hear 1500's Dwayne in conquistador outfit, and they're like, they immediately know what it is and what it's referring to. Oh my god.
But yeah, so I watched genuinely one of the worst movies I've ever seen, I think.
Jungle Cruise.
Dwayne the Conquistador. That is so a movie I would genuinely love to see.
Also, I love that.
It's not even Dwayne in it. It's just called Dwayne the Conquistador, and it's like Mark Hamill.
Random choice.
Sorry. Shrek 1 and Shrek 2.
That's better.
That's more random.
Absolutely cheatling it.
Whenever you say cheatling, I go into a coughing fit for some reason. I watched The Woman in Black 2, I believe.
Is that the sequel to the Daniel Radcliffe horror movie?
Or it was one? I don't know.
Was Daniel Radcliffe in it?
Well, Cliff was in it.
I think that's one. I mean,
is that one?
I haven't seen either of them, but I just vaguely remember that. Like a horror movie,
very,
right?
like, yeah. Oh. Although it wasn't like even that scary. It was just very bad and not great.
It was scary how fucking dog it was.
It was terrifying how low Radcliffe can sink in his acting career.
It made me like existentially afraid for my own future and career based on Radcliffe's choice.
Seeing a man who was once so hyper successful be so hyper unsuccessful and lame.
He's still successful. I mean, he isn't The Woman in Black 2, but
and he is in Now You See Me Too.
Never mind. Sorry, Daniel.
Sorry, Daniel. Your career's in tatters. Anyways,
I saw him on a talk show. He's very delightful. Anyway.
He is a delightful man. He's also in Swiss Army Man, which I haven't seen.
Anyway. So, career's back.
Career news just in. Rad's career is back. Second headline of the day: Dwayne, ancient.
I love how that's not even really a twist in the movie. Like they reveal it like 30 minutes in, probably, and I still feel really upset that I spoiled it. God. Also, I imagine that's what Radcliffe just said when he finished wrapping up Swiss Army Man. He was like, "Career back." God, you are sad.
You are sickly.
Sorry, mine was a little meaner.
Imagine that's what you wake up and whenever you see your flatmates. God, you are a sad sack.
Anyway, you want to come to this gaffer I'm having?
Yo, you want to come to my gaff?
The one that we all live in. God.
You want to come to the gaff we all live in?
I say
what
all
a
of this
weirdly
is uninterrupted.
threatening request.
just rambling on for like hours. There's like, what the
They're just, whenever they don't respond, you're like, all right, new tactic, new approach. Sorry, I meant gaffer.
Just we can watch
we can watch Shrek 1 and 2?
God, I did actually watch The Gentleman with them, but that's another thing. Anyway, go ahead. The Woman in Black.
Oh yeah. In fairness, we watched it like 4 a.m. So I did sleep through a bit of it, which may have not helped.
I only saw like 10 minutes of the movie.
But what I did see, very strange movie. I don't know. I don't even remember what it's really about. Some guy called Nathaniel drowns in a marsh pit, and then it ends. Spoiler alert. With Dwayne entering as a deity. No, it ends in the most stupid way because it's the Woman in Black has been like haunting Radcliffe as she does, and then it seems like everything's fine, and then at the very end, Radcliffe meets his son. He's like, oh, whatever, as Radcliffe does, and then they're meeting at the train station like, oh, we need to get back to London now. I want to leave, and then Radcliffe's like, oh, I need to like hold on to my son and make sure we just get out of here. And he starts talking to some dude, lets go of the kid's hand, and then the kid walks onto the train tracks. And it's awful that this made me laugh. But then Radcliffe jumps out to try and save the kid, and they both die. And that's how the movie ends.
Well, it's an unfortunate metaphor for Radcliffe's career post this movie. I guess.
Harry Potter being the little child that then walks onto the train tracks, and adult Radcliffe tries to save it and just can't, and they both die.
And the train being nice to meet you.
The train being an old rich Dwayne.
Oh God, that is weird choice. The Woman in Black to go with, but fair enough. I'm sorry it was so trash. Sorry, Daniel.
I'm sorry, Daniel.
Then we have the big two at the end. So I'll just very quickly speed round. What If finished? Did you like the finale?
I have not seen it.
Well, fair enough. All right.
I've only seen 2 of them, I think.
All right. I watched. I started.
I know what happens though. I know what happens.
I started watching You, the show. I don't know if you've seen that.
Did you? The stalker boy.
Yeah, I've seen the first 5 episodes. Kind of intriguing, I guess. Kind of, not the most clever show, but pretty interesting. That's such a pretentious thing to say. Not the most clever show I've ever seen.
I've seen Rick and Morty, which is
it was
by far more intelligent.
Saul Goodman performance, but it was okay, I guess.
But I guess the intellect was average, which is what I sometimes need.
Then I saw The Green Knight. It's like based on a poem or play or story, and it's like a fantastical whatever
musical. Shrek 1 and 2.
Dinner. And it was, it was
based on a dinner.
It was good, but it also felt a little bit like one of my like school assignments where it's like analyze the thing and find the symbolism, and I was like, I can't be bothered, I'm so tired. So I didn't really like it that much, but it's also because I'm dumb, I suppose. And then finally I watched
and you just said that you didn't think that You was very intelligent.
Yeah, so I'm in that sweet middle ground of above You but below The Green Knight. It was still good, but yeah, anyway.
That sweet middle ground of being above me. You absolute weirdo.
And then finally I watched In the Heights. This musical thing, I don't know if you've heard of it, Lin-Manuel Miranda.
I've heard of it.
It was really good. It was very fun and delightful, and In the Heights, da, 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 da. Very good musical. I enjoy. Big thumbs up from this boy.
Nice.
And then do you have any more you want to speed round, or should we just jump into Dune and Shang-Chi?
Let's just jump. Dune!
Sorry. Well, all right, let's
just jump into it.
Let's start with Dune, because we've both seen it. And we won't go super...
I've also seen Shang-Chi.
No. Yeah, what am I saying? We're not gonna go like super deep because we don't have too much time. Like we'll go like a half send on both of them. But I thought it'd be
not a full send on this one, but we'll talk about it, I guess,
to get a little bit of it out there. So Dune, and should we go spoilers? Yes,
God,
we should.
Such bass boost just then. A Dune.
All right, Dune. We're going full spoilers. Spoiler alert. Spoilers ahead. Choo choo. Let's do this.
Choo choo.
What'd you think of Dune? Sorry, I mean to say Dune.
What'd you think of Dune? I quite liked it.
Yeah.
I'll say it's very long.
Yep.
But good. It's
5 out of 10. The end.
It gives me a heavy mix of Lord of the Rings and Star Wars vibes.
Yeah. I think that's what it was.
Like, cause you can definitely tell that because as a standalone movie, it's not brilliant, is it? It's very, very grand. It feels like a whole universe they're building, which it is.
Yeah.
So I guess thumbs up from this boy. But
I thought it was yeah, I pretty much what you said. It felt like as an experience and as like a look into this universe and this world, I thought it was great. Like I thought all the visuals were obviously great, the music, the world building, like I like the weird mix of present day Earth stuff with like future stuff and then also sort of medieval tradition. Like it's so far in the future that they still have like little things like that dude with the fucking bagpipes just randomly. Like little things from like
that was
Earth.
quite good.
And like I don't know, the whole world building, everything was very, very compelling, and all the creatures and everything. But yeah, as a story, the story didn't really grip me that much.
It was a very, very slow climb. There was no like yeah.
I thought it was like like the political stuff I thought was like interesting. And after the complexity of the Green Knight, I was so happy just to get a movie. But I think it's definitely hampered by the fact that it's a part 1, and also that I didn't know it was a part 1 going in, and so it just feels.
Oh, did you
weirdly, not? No, like it says at the start, Dune Part 1, but I thought it was gonna be like the film was divided into chapters, you know.
Yeah. And
it was just so it has this weird incomplete feeling, kind of like at the end you sort of look back on it and feel like it was a little bit like meandering at times because it didn't build to like a thing, you know.
Because it's basically just setting up like the entire world, which I think it does well. But as a standalone movie, it doesn't have all that much to it.
That's fair. Yeah, I really liked it. I liked the epicness of it. And I think it was exactly what I was hoping it would be based on like the trailer. Like it was that like epic sci-fi film that I was hoping it would be with like the incredible visuals and great acting and pretty good action and all that. But yes, story-wise, did leave a bit to be desired. And I recorded my review a couple days ago, and the more time that's passed, what happened there? The more time that's passed, I kind of like it a little less than what I said in that review. So I don't even know if it's gone up now. So maybe preemptive that review is wrong. No, but like I don't know. Just like I think all the same things, but just that story factor does bring it down a little bit. Where I'm just like. You're right. It does feel like a very slow build, and then kind of like a bit of a.
I'll say a lot of the political stuff, or not a lot of it, but like there's definitely a few things in the movie that just kind of went over my head. I didn't really like get a few of the things that were happening. I mean, as is with a lot of movies that are based on books, where it's like I think because it's such a famous like book series that I think a lot of it was. It felt as if certain things were kind of taken for granted, thinking people have read the books. And then you kind of like glanced over it, I thought, a little bit. So there are certain things where I was like, oh god, what's like who are these sisters and why is his hand in a box? What's happening?
Fair enough. So you didn't get you didn't like all the talk of like we defend Arrakis. That's my Oscar Isaac impression.
It's very good Oscar Isaac.
Oscar Isaac as he's being like stabbed in the toe.
I did like Oscar Isaac's death. Completely nude.
Yeah.
Bad breath.
It's just you related to it so hard. It's just how you start every single day.
It's completely nude and just terrible breath that could kill anyone.
That could kill an enormous Skarsgård slug monster.
Yeah, did you like the fat, naked, floating Skarsgård?
I mean, no offense to Skarsgård. I'm not saying he's a fat, naked slug monster, but
he was perfect for this role. But really saved the prop team a lot of effort getting a man who looks like that.
I was so impressed with the practical lack of effects on Skarsgård. No, it's because I saw this Instagram post that was like, which transformation was crazier? And it was like Colin Farrell's the Penguin, which is like a pretty genuinely crazy transformation, and you couldn't even tell it's him. And then it's Skarsgård's this thing where you can still see the Skarsgård face, you know? Like it's not a...
and the normal Skarsgård body.
I'm not saying it. I'm just saying they're not comparable transformations. Of course, it's a crazy transformation, and of course, Skarsgård isn't actually a giant floating slug monster that we know of. But
so I'm confused. Is he a slug monster? What's happening?
I don't think he was a slug monster. Were you a fan of the Momoa? Because he was kind of quite a nuttily lovely dude.
I mean I don't think I've ever not been a fan of the Momoa. I really enjoyed him.
He just comes in and mows it up.
Yeah, it's the same with Dwayne. Like he plays one character most of the time, but he does it well.
Do you think when his grass gets too long, he mows the lawn? Sorry. I've clearly gone insane over here. Been one too many gaffer, am I right?
There will be garbage. It's brilliant.
You think he Momoas is long? So I approach people at the gaffer. Just like, hey, check this out.
Yo, you want a Momoa?
Couldn't censor that last word. Just leave it to the imagination.
Just leave it up to the imagination, yeah. God, what a fun mini game we've created there. Write in the comments what you think we're Momoa in.
Don't.
Don't you fucking dare.
Dude.
Did you like the range in Momoa's? Yo, he Momoa'd his face because the range in Momoa's facial hair.
Oh yeah.
Throughout the movie. Did you enjoy?
I was like, damn, that man really.
That man can shave.
He really took like priority in this like horrible war where he was like battling enemies all the time, or whatever. And then he's like, nah, but I gotta look fresh, you know. I have to say I prefer bearded Momoa.
I definitely prefer bearded Momoa as well.
A bit more of a look, you know. I think the Chalamet, I thought he was good. He is a little bit like, I think it worked for this character, but he is a little bit like charismaless in this. It's kind of mean.
He's a little bit like a walking dead man, I want to say.
I think like he was supposed to be sort of more stoic and, you know, whatever.
He was supposed to be terrible at acting, so it works, I guess.
I don't know. I thought he was good, I guess. That's my answer.
What do you think of whiny Batista?
Oh my god, I forgot he was in it. He was okay. Didn't do much,
Whined
did
a
he?
bit.
Yeah. He was like, how dare you?
How dare you? How do they take what we build?
This is Oscar Isaac. Yeah, well, Dune, I was a big fan, but I've become a little bit less of a fan the more time has passed. But I still thought it was a great cinematic experience with a couple of problems.
Definitely.
Then let's talk about Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings came out a while ago. Spoilers for Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings came out a while ago. So, what'd you think of it?
Honestly, I really enjoyed it. I think it was really good.
It was good. Yeah.
It was not one of my favorite Marvel films, but it's up there. I'd say it's a B+ tier.
It's a tier above. It's definitely a tier above like a Captain Marvel, and then it's a tier above like a Thor, an Ant-Man. I think it's a tier above that. You know, it's amongst.
I'd say it's not quite Avengers level.
No,
but it is.
But it's amongst like a Doctor Strange.
I agree. It's very good comparison.
That's what I do. It's literally the only thing I do.
It's the reason for my existence is to make such comparisons, and you do them well.
Thank you. Thank you. You'd hope so.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be kind of sad if you didn't.
I thought it was fun. I thought he was like my biggest takeaway that I can remember off the top of my head was he was great. Simu Liu was like a very fun addition to the MCU. He's very like
he's very
charismatic and take notes, Tim.
Tim. When you eventually go to the MCU, we're gonna need a bit of acting, not just staring and hallucinating.
No, he's very charismatic and fun, but still has that like stoicness. Like I feel like he was a good blend of. He wasn't just a complete jokester, but he still had some of that like heroic stoicness.
Yeah,
heroicness, one might say. But yeah,
the villain,
very good as well. I thought very good.
I thought he was good. No.
But but I thought it was more compelling than say Yellow.
Oh no, he's definitely like one of the more interesting villains.
Because his dad and his motivations and the complexity of the character. Not like the Green Knight complex, but.
Oh no! Obviously, nothing is apart from you, which is.
But for this kind of character that often can fall into a very generic category, definitely a bit more interesting stuff around him than before. And he's should we say he is the real Mandarin? And should we just dive into?
Should we just talk about the elephant in the room?
Yeah.
The Mandarin, he's real.
He's back. He's back.
He's real. He lives.
I was so shocked when that happened. I mean, because they were building up to it, like they're walking towards this person. I was genuinely racking my brain. I was like, which MCU character? Because there's going to be some established character the way they're building up. I was like, who would be here? And then I was like, oh my god. And it's not just a cameo.
Trevor Slattery.
Yes. Trevor Slattery.
He has
he plays a big part
role
in the film. Yeah. Which I love. And he was, the most I laughed at the film was because of him. Like
at the Kingsley, yeah.
it was. I mean, Kingsley's just so nutty. This is the definition of a nutty performance. If people ever ask, like, what does it mean when you say like a nutty performance? Kingsley in Shang-Chi.
Trevor Slattery. Thank you very much.
I believe he's known as Trevor Slattery. I believe he's known as Panicked.
I believe he's known as
I believe he's known as
I believe Trevor Slattery is known as Dune.
Well, I panicked, but then I handled it. Wouldn't go in there for 10 to 20 minutes or whatever. He was so funny and so just a delightful screen presence.
Oh, they can see you.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought I was going insane.
With what was the thing called, the little creature? Norm.
I want to say Daniel Radcliffe.
I'm feeling a Skarsgård on this one. I don't know.
I believe no, we're not talking big worm men. Thank you very much.
And then there was something else very nutty about the film. What am I thinking of? Oh, obviously Wong. Sorry, my bad. How could I ever forget?
What? You sounded so disappointed that you actually remembered. Oh, my bad. It's Wong.
Wong. I mean, Wong. A karaoke Wong. Come on. What else more do you want?
That was one of the greatest Marvel Cinematic Universe moments ever.
I think they've really. I love that they've leaned into that he's such like a fan favorite. Like, and you know, because in the first Doctor Strange he was so serious and like that was his whole character was he was like.
And now everyone's just it's Wong.
And now you're just memeing. You know, you're just having a good time.
And I love that everyone's on board for it as well.
Yeah.
It's like
we're all on the Wong train.
I don't want to say that we didn't start the Wong train, but we had our own. We're definitely passengers on the Wong train, and early ones at that.
Well, you guys are in the carriage behind us.
We were up front with Wong. No, so like I'd say,
just an absolute like insane man metaphor. I was sitting with Wong on the train.
The train that is his hype in the MCU. I would say that we would probably be having this Wong hype train even if other people were not on the Wong hype train.
Yeah, I think I put in my review. There's a picture of us from when Doctor Strange came out, when the Wong hype train was but a Wong snail. And we were just posing next to Wong, having a good time. It was, overall, I mean, the actual film, it was fun. It was what you would expect from MCU stuff, but a little bit better. Like, it was fun and enjoyable. I thought the finale was, not amazing. Like, it takes place in that fantasy world, which was sort of interesting initially, but then kind of feels a bit disconnected. Like, it's sort of hard to relate to what's going on, which is just, like, flying back.
It's like, I haven't seen a dragon. Why is there a dragon?
I hate it. It's boring. No, but, like, it's just, like...
I can't ride a dragon.
Also, that dragon kind of came out of nowhere. I'm just gonna put it out there. Like, I know they referenced it, but like, why was it there then? Like,
and why could he suddenly write it? Like,
it's probably an explanation that I missed because I'm a bad person.
Nah, it's probably explaining the Green Knight.
Almost certainly. Just as I was dozing off, they just have a public service announcement as Trevor Slattery just explains how it happened.
I imagine Trevor Slattery always walks on in a suit. Rips the suit off, eats it, and then explains stuff.
And I quite enjoyed Awkwafina's performance. I thought she would be quite an annoying character, and
she was annoying.
She had
at
moments,
times, but overall, I agree she was not bad.
She was pretty fun, yeah, and good action, great action. Like in the bus fight is definitely the highlight for me with Big Nasty, my rival and sworn boxing enemy. I'm coming for you, Big Nasty. Just to be clear.
I'm just going to let you filibuster here until you realize what a grave mistake you're making.
But yeah, good movie, I would say. Very good, very fun. I would recommend that movie that came out 3 months ago that everyone's already seen.
That everyone already kind of loves.
So, now it's time for...
The Cnews.
Let's see what our old boy Tommy C's been up to.
What a gross way of phrasing it.
Oh, geez. All right. Hot drama. Hot gossip.
Okay.
Essentially Sports says, over-exaggerated. Allison Felix bashes Tom Cruise's running style in Mission Impossible. So you can come for Cruise's life... But you can't do that. But
you can take everything from him, but his running, you may not touch.
You can come for Cruise's movies... You can come for his performances, but don't you dare.
This sounds weird. Listen to what you're saying.
Whatever, don't insult Cruise's running was the point I was trying to make. I genuinely didn't do that on purpose. Anyway,
you could come for his movies. You could come for his performances.
But don't
you
come for his
you cannot come for his freedom.
Sorry. Anyway, I assume this is a runner of some kind. It's not an insult. I don't know who this is. Okay, she's like an Olympic gold medalist or something. She breaks down running scenes in movies. Okay, in the video she said, "This form here is pretty extreme. He's very technical, but almost like over the top. His legs are coming up so high that it's too high. You're working against yourself at this point. Everything is just over-exaggerated." Now, honestly, I agree with everything she said, but also, as we've established, you can't come for his running. So...
Yeah. But also, I think... Who is she to say?
I mean, she's an Olympic gold medalist in running.
Yeah, but like...
But are you Tom Cruise? So...
I think it genuinely is just the way he runs, I guess. Like, I don't think he, like, does the high knees on purpose.
Yeah, I think that's just, like, yeah, his Cruise run. But so, I mean, fair enough, I guess. I suppose she does have a place to stand, but also, Cruise's run is beautiful. So that's how we'll end that. So anyway, now it's time for the announcements and such. Take it away, us, in a little bit. And we're back for the announcements and such. I got Freddie, I hope, on the line.
Hopefully on the line.
And we just have a couple of announcements to go through. So first of all, I want to say, and I don't think it'll be up before this pod, but if it is, I'm just putting it out there. But I've been working for months on the pod mukbang extended cut. And by working for months, I mean I just haven't had the time to work on it. It should only take like 30 minutes to do once I actually get to work on it. But it's supposed to go up like this week or next week. And then the absolute mad lad over on the Pod Clips channel puts it up before me. And I was like, that's absolutely what I deserve for taking so long for something that could have taken like 5 minutes.
I will say, I do, as much as I love it, that people are being, doing all the fan edits, I do think it takes a little bit of our potential future project away from us.
Intellectual property, you know? Yeah, I mean, I've thought of that. I'm like, but at the same time...
I could totally press charges, but I won't.
At the same time, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. I don't think there's any harm in it now, but if it got to a point where,
I just say, if we ever were to need a shorts channel, we'd be
Yeah. Well, if anything like that came up, or if there was something with us, like, monetizing the pod or something, I mean, especially because, most of these are, like, edited versions that he's made, which is, of course, fine. And, like, the ones that are, like, uncut, currently, I see no problem with it. He seems like a fun, chill dude, he's left a couple, I think he has a comment today.
I will say I do really enjoy the ones he edits.
Yeah. So and also, but I hate the ones he doesn't.
Who knows?
Yeah. No. Yeah. True. But yeah. No worries. I mean, we'll deal with that when we get to it, which I don't think
we ever will.
Yeah. We'll figure that out. But yeah. No. Thank you in the meantime to that guy, because also he put up one about Dwayne's steaminess. That was very good. But But yeah. So just so you know, there will be the pod mukbang video, and actually this isn't a substitute for it because it will be an extended cut. So this is just the one that was in Pod 100. Then we had Movie Guy commenting, who would win, Brooklyn Nine-Nine Squad versus Benedict, Frederick, Yassine, and Lele? We would demolish them because we have Lele on our team, and he, like, legitimately is a martial artist who could, like, beat up everyone in that cast.
The rest of us were
artists.
We'll just stand and cheer. He's a martial artist, we're just artists.
Yeah, I mean, Lele could legitimately take out that entire squad all by himself. I'm not even kidding. Like, maybe
Terry Crews being the easiest.
I was about to say, maybe we have to, like, I like how that's a realistic prospect of us holding down
We'll throw
Terry
yogurt.
Crews. Yeah.
We'll throw yogurt at Terry Crews.
And Terry loves butts or whatever. What does he say? Terry
loves butts.
Terry's got butt for days. I was just trying to think of a Terry thing,
Terry loves butt.
Yeah, that would be kind of an odd catchphrase. Terry loves butts. He said the yogurt thing, so I was like, what else does Terry like? Butts, I guess.
Butts!
His own. Anyway, yeah, we would win that purely on Lele. And I guess, the rest of us could probably do some... Yassine's done a little bit of boxing, I think. Not as much as me, but, it's not...
It's whatever. I did like a year of karate, so, we've all got our talents.
Sean Finn says, who would win, Tom Cruise and Josh Gad versus Jeremy Renner and Jon Favreau? So I guess we could break it up into Gad v. Favreau. I favor Favreau in that battle. Renner versus Cruise, I favor Cruise. So it comes down to Cruise versus Favreau. It's not much of a contest, no offense to the chef man. So I'm saying Cruise and Gad win purely on Cruise strength. And finally on the fan page, there was this, like, did you see this, like, digital art thing? Like, it was like a digital Poorly Planned podcast logo. It was kind of cool. It was like painted over in like pixels or something.
Oh, I did see that.
It was pretty cool. So yeah, that's cool. I don't really know what that is or what it's from. Maybe it's an NFT, you know, because I totally get what those are and how they function.
Yeah, I love NFTs.
So thank you, Cian, for that, and check out the fan pages linked down below. We're also on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, and then leave us 5 stars or something. And if you're listening there,
I guess
we're on YouTube, Poorly Planned Podcast, where you can like, subscribe, comment, and do all the good things. So, back to the pod.
You want to do good things, right?
Yeah.
Do it.
Which entails
Stop
subbing with the bell notifications on.
Boom. So lame.
Wow. I can't believe Tom Cruise ran directly into Trevor Slattery and just splattered him all over the wall.
Trevor splattered?
Trevor Slattery, exactly. Trevor Dune.
You just straight up Trevor Dune.
So, thank you very much for listening to this episode. This was recorded on October 27th, by the way, just putting it out there. You can find me on YouTube, BHL BHL_Hudson. You can email the pod at bhlhudsonvids@gmail.com.
You can find me on Twitter, I want to say, at FTK_DaltSniper. You can find me on Instagram at Fidalgard, and you can find me and you can find me on YouTube at FTK Space Gaming.
By the way, have you tweeted anything since like 2017?
I don't think so.
Good, keep it that way. Thank you very much for listening, and we will see you next time. Ba-da-ba-da, ba-chick-ba-ba-chick-ba-ba-chick-ba-da-ba-da.